why did you even create an Israel state in the first place? Why? You can't just say that I'm living in a house and a committee just now declares my house, Jacob's house, now belongs to Krusty the Clown. You see, ever since I was young, I've always felt that I've been missing something. Surely I must be missing something. Surely I must be missing something. I was like, no, surely not. Because when I always try and look at things objectively, let's look at things from both sides of the spectrum, Because I've always said to myself that surely it can't be as easy as this is our land. We are the majority here, and you've just come to occupy it from us, which is wrong. Because I think that if I live in a house, I've been living here for a long time, and some people just say, oh, we're not going to come through. I'm like, wait, but you can't do that. Because that's why I've now just been researching, because I knew a bit about it, but I said, let me just reacclimatize myself. And the key thing here, the timeline here is 1947. Let me just read this out to you, and then I'll just tell you. So 1947, the UN General Assembly passes the partition plan dividing the British Mandate of Palestine into two states. 55% for a Jewish state, 45% for a Palestinian Arab state. This was accepted by the Jewish leadership but rejected by the Palestinians because though they were still the majority in the Jewish states, they were to be ruled by a Jewish ruling body. 1947 to 1949, between 700,000 and 900,000 Palestinians were forcibly expelled or fled in fear from their homes in the areas that became the State of Israel. In many incidents, villages were attacked and inhabitants massacred. Example, Deir Yassin in 1948. Many indigenous Arabs took their keys with them as they had been given to understand that they would be able to return later when hostilities ceased. Under international law and the UN Resolution 194, these refugees have a legal right to return to their homes. Obviously, in the current situation, exercising this choice is complicated and well nigh impossible and would entail a lengthy discussion if it were to be implemented at all, let alone justly. And therein lies the issue. Because obviously you have in 1922 collapse of the Ottoman Empire after the First World War. The League of Nations gave Britain the mandate to administer Palestine. So, as I'm looking at this stuff, I'm saying that, okay, Palestinians, they were there. They owned it. It was their crib. It was their crib. So, my thing now is, how does it now come to a situation where some people just decide that we're not going to occupy these guys? Let's just put it very simply. Put it very simply, because sometimes you could be lost in the jargon. It's my house. My house. It is my house. And I've been living here for X number of years, but it's my house. Some guys can, and look, it's a really big house. Some guys can come and visit, so forth and so forth, but I pay the bills, it's in my name, I own it, and I run things so I can evict whatever or not. Then some external group decides that no, this group of people now have equal share, or rather a larger share of this house than I do. Like, wait a minute now. If you want to even think about coming to have any occupation in my house, talk to me. Now, the answer will probably be no. It'll probably be no, because I'm like, no, it's my house. But at the very least, talk to me. So Once they actually declared this Israel state and allowed Jews to have the majority there, the Palestinians, they voted to say, I know. Because we live here, we're the majority here. Because at the time, the Palestinians were the majority, the minority were the Jews, and they said they lived in relative peace. But that's how it was. But the situation arises because that's what people are ignoring. There's no conflict. This is people say, man, it's really complicated. That's what I kept talking to ever since I was young, from the days of Yasser Arafat and the PLO. They kept telling me that, man, this is tough. It's difficult. They're both sides. So I was led to believe because CNN and the news kept telling me it was complicated. They kept telling me that, like people have to negotiate things. There's nothing to negotiate if you keep it simple. If you keep it simple, it's like, wait, why did you even create an Israel state in the first place? Why? So why didn't they create a state for the slaves who were taken from Africa? Why don't they have a state? 400 years of slavery? I'm not here to do oppression or Olympics here. I'm not here because all oppression is bad. But the Holocaust isn't worse than 400 years of slavery. It's not worse. So I'm not here to say what is worse or not, but it's not worse than 400 years of slavery. So why don't African Americans have their own states? I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. Come on, man. I can ask you a question. So due to obviously the persecution of the Jews and the Holocaust and so forth, that was obviously the key catalyst that created the state of Israel. Okay. Why isn't there a state for African Americans? Why don't African Americans have a state? Oh, yeah, I get it. I know, racial pyramids, blacks are at the bottom. Cool. But this is the issue here, man, is why someone's living there. They live there. Why would you come and just put the people there? A family member of mine, I'm not going to say who, but it's just a family member of mine. I remember when I went to them and said, man, this whole stuff that Israel is doing, this stuff is wild and everything, man. Look, these guys are just messing these guys around because they have all these guns, they have more weapons and so forth. And this family member said to me that, well, they're God's people and so forth. I was like, huh? And I said, well, they're God's people, I was like, what does that mean? Right is right, wrong is wrong. There's nothing about God's people or not. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So if, let's say, I decide that I'm chosen by God, I can. So does that mean that I can rape you? I can molest kids? I can beat up people? But no, you can't persecute me because I was chosen by God. I can spit in your face. I can steal your wife and so forth. No. I'm chosen by God, so therefore I'm good. So I told you, I'm very simple here. Because for me, the best thing in life is walk by logic, walk by facts. So just keep things as simple as possible. Because I told you, this is simple. It ain't complicated because I told you, I've been doing the research. So unless I'm missing something here, it's right here. So again, this is what, why did this video this? I hope that there is someone, because again, I told you, I'm all about being objective. Please, and I'm begging you, if I have gotten anything wrong, I have overseen anything, please, anyone that's Israeli or anybody that disagrees with me, please comment below. I'm ready to have a discussion. I am ready to have a discussion. So please discuss with me. You're not gotten anything wrong, but from the information I have, which may be wrong, or maybe missing stuff, but from the information I have at my disposal, which may be incomplete, but from the information I have, the issue was you deciding just to create this state, deciding just to say, okay, we're not going to now declare the state of Israel, just putting people there, taking people away from their homes. I must be missing something. Guys, I must be missing something. I have to be. I'm living in my house, then I'm not told to move and leave, and you're not just putting people there. Because the other issue here is, okay, no, this is the other issue, of which is what I've heard. Again, I'm trying to be objective. Israel said, oh no, we have claim. Okay, you believe that you have claim. Do you have paperwork? Do you have evidence? I can't go into the courts of law and just say, that's my house. It's your house? Okay, so do you have any evidence that states it's your house? So do you have a deed? Do you have an agreement? Do you have a contract that legally says this, you're the legal owner? No. That I believe I have ownership because I in court. Don't really work in court. Like in courts, you need evidence because that's why they say Exhibit A, Exhibit B, or you need witnesses. I remember seeing him here, boom, boom, but I remember seeing him here. So what's what you need? So my thing is, I must be missing something here. Some people were living in a piece of land. Then you now came and put yourself there. But people were already living there. So why would you just arbitrarily create the state where people already exist there? I'm begging you, please. If I'm wrong, if I'm missing something here, and so forth, I am begging you, please comment below. And lastly, I was going to say, Gadot. So let's just end with this. You are an extremely stupid clown. You're a trash actress. Garbage. So you are lucky, and I mean sincerely lucky. You ain't no Meryl Streep. Okay, you ain't no Emma Stone. You ain't no Viola Davis. You ain't no Naomi Harris. Actual quality actresses. You don't know those. You are trash. You are garbage. So you should count yourself lucky that Zack Snyder decided to pick you and make you Wonder Woman, which you shouldn't have been. Other people should have been. So instead of just shut your mouth, you put out that garbage piece of crap tweet where you don't even mention the Palestinians by name. Based on the stuff that is happening, you put out that tweet. I mean, because right now you look really bad. Because there's a thing called read the room. Read the room. And that's what I said. Even if you believe that, even if it's wild, if you believe so forth, you don't see us. But that's because you're stupid. Count yourself lucky that you're even in this position because you have no talent. You are a garbage actress who are crazy lucky you're in this position. Instead of just keep quiet, shush, be glad that you're in this position, you put out that tweet. Because right now, see, it's such bad PR. It's such bad PR that now when you're trying to promote a movie, and also, and that's the funny thing, you put out the tweet, why can't we comment? Why are you turning comments off? Come on. You don't want to engage in dialogue? That's the beauty of Twitter. It's the beauty of Twitter is that we can, comment to just say our thoughts. So I can say, well, gal, let's get a discussion. But why do you turn comments off? Why? You stupid woman. You stupid woman. Oh my God, what a silly lady. What a silly lady. So guys, please, I'm begging you. Have I got this wrong or so forth? Because I want to know the arguments from the other side. And when I mean this, forget about what's happening now. I mean from the beginning. Because this is about, okay, people can say, okay, Hamas have done this, terrorists have this. No. From the beginning of how this thing started, because this thing started in 1947. When the UN General Assembly passed this partition plan and obviously in 1948, the declaration of Israel as a Jewish state, that's when this thing happened. Why did he make this declaration? For what reason? I live in a house and someone says, we declare this house now belongs to Crossy the Clown. Whoa, wait a minute, you can't do that. Now, tell Crossy the Clown to call me and let's discuss. You can't just say that I'm living in a house and a committee just now declares my house, Hakup's house, now belongs to Crossy the Clown. If you disagree, please comment below.